Okay, we continue in the Mesillat Yesharim with the commentary of the Bilvavi Mishkan Evna. We're 2 paragraphs from the bottom on page Samach Zayin. And we were talking about the mother language. We were talking about how the mother language of the person is the body, and the second language is the soul. And because of that, a person would think and figure, well, I'll never be able to love Hashem in my mother language. And the answer to that is, no, you're right. As long as you don't open up your neshama, it will always be the second language, and you won't feel comfortable with it. But when you do open up the neshama, then it too is the mother language of you, and really the truest language that you have. So if you're able to reveal the neshama, and that is the mother language, and that really is your first language, then you'll be able to feel this concept of Yiras Hashem and Avas Hashem and things like that. Okay, that's where we're up to.
Is there any reason why Hashem made it this way? Why shouldn't it be the other way around? Make it easier for us to connect soul-wise and...
because then you're not doing any effort.
Why not?
So let's put it this way. How much effort should Hashem give you for eating? How much reward do you get for eating and sleeping?
Well, we stay alive.
I'm going to ask you again. How much reward does Hashem give you for eating?
Alive, that's a reward. You stay alive when you eat and when you sleep. Otherwise you die. It's as simple as that, really. Basically.
If eating comes naturally to you, why should Hashem reward you for doing it?
He does reward you. He keeps us alive.
No, first, that's not the reward you're looking for. You're looking for Olam Haba. What kind of Olam Haba do you get? Pressing on a rib steak
so
every
then we
night.
go back to the original question. Is it better to be born or not to be born?
If you, well, the more answer, it's better not to be born. Statistically, it's better not to, because people make a lot of mistakes. But those that succeed, they get big time rewards. You get, the whole reason Hashem brought us into this world is to earn our existence. Earning it means you own it. Right, you own it if you did something to get it. So if you don't do anything, you don't make any effort, why should you get anything?
So that Hashem wants us to have stratas of people, right? People
no.
Yes? Otherwise
no.
It wouldn't make all this thing happen.
Hashem gives everyone an equal opportunity to become the best person they can be.
Knowing
to give
very well that not everybody can.
Knowing very well that people have choices to make, and they could choose not to be good.
Right, so then we have stratas of people, the ones who are at the bottom.
Because people choose to not be close to Hashem. People choose to be close to Hashem.
Why make it like that?
Because otherwise you have no concept of anyone becoming who they are. If Hashem creates it, that automatically you're spiritual, so why should Hashem reward you for something that's automatic? You have to earn it, you have to work for it, and it's the only way you will enjoy what you have is if you earn it.
You make it so difficult?
Yes, because if it's not difficult, then it's not you. It's not your effort. It's not you. So what's the reward?
That leaves the majority, 99% of people behind.
Not necessarily. It's what the people choose. It's their free will choice. Hashem says there's a great opportunity. You have a lot of opportunities to get the greatest pleasure, really, but you're going to have to work at it. And of course, there's different people with different desires. Do you want to be close to Hashem? Do you not want to be close to Hashem? And if not, you didn't lose anything. You came in this world, you ate your steaks, you had a nice life, then you died and forget it. So, what's so bad about that?
Hashem, very bad, because the aim is to get closer to Hashem.
But it doesn't matter.
The whole idea.
Okay, but if you didn't get it, you're no worse off than when you came in. You're not any worse off. You lived in a nice house, you got to watch the World Cup, you were very happy, you got to cheer, and you got to this, you got to that. You live a lap of luxury. Everyone in Thornhill lives in a lap of luxury. Even though many of them chose not to be close to Hashem, Hashem's been pretty nice. He's given you a lot for very little that you've done. So you can't complain. Those who want more, work harder, you'll get more. Hashem doesn't put you in this world to punish you and make you suffer and all these things. You make boneheaded mistakes. Well, you're going to suffer the consequences of your own mistakes that you make. You want to buy more than what you can afford and get yourself into debt? Oh, well, then you'll get headaches of living in debt. No one asked you to do that.
That's not my point. I understand that. My point is to make it so difficult, and it seems like it's in the reverse. You should make it easier to get closer to Hashem.
The easier,
more difficult to eat steaks and
first
live
of
luxury.
the easier it is, the less reward you get. The less ownership you have over doing something. If it doesn't take any effort, then where's your input in becoming the person that you are?
If we're born with that connection to Hashem, why should we lose it over a lifetime because of our own stupidity?
Because
doesn't make sense.
Adam HaRishon, Hashem says, I want to give you Gan Eden forever. Just do me a favor. Don't eat from the tree of knowledge. Now, what do you got against God? Who made the mistake? Man. So why didn't you listen to Hashem? Because you think you're smarter than Hashem. Okay.
So how come 99% of Thornhill is non-observant?
Because they make the same mistake that man makes.
That's the way it has to be, okay?
It's the way man has chosen to make his bed. That's how he's sleeping in it. That's how he's sleeping in it.
Two questions on the comments the Rabbi made. One was, if you focus on earning this reward, doesn't that bring into question the sincerity of
we're not focusing on. I'm not. Sam's bringing it up. I was just saying, you want to be close to Hashem. That's what Hashem built us for, to be close to Hashem. But you can't be close to Hashem if you don't work hard at it. That's all.
My point is, though, this constant reference to rewards, you're building your own level. Just be close to be close.
Good. So
whatever reward there is,
fine,
great.
Not a problem. Fine, that's the way it is.
And the other thing.
So Sam's saying, Sam's saying, why is it hard to get close to Hashem? Because people choosing not to.
Yeah, if it's not.
You can't be close to anyone if it's not hard. If it's easy, you're not really close to them. You haven't made any decisions that this is the one I want to be close to.
No, I have no problem with that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Next.
The other one was the Rabbi said, so if you're not close, so then you have a great life, you die, and then that's it. But we know the soul is eternal, so that soul still doing something.
So soul go to another body and give another body a chance. The soul doesn't get any pain. Soul will say, okay, you didn't care about me, fine. Okay, I still have to accomplish something. I'll go into another body and I'll start over.
Closer in this world doesn't come back.
A soul gets its complete tikkun. A soul gets its complete tikkun, then it sits in the world of souls. Doesn't have to come back. If the soul didn't get any tikkun, it's got to go to another body and start again.
But who actually goes through this world and doesn't need any kind of tikkun?
Again, it's very complicated. It could be you only needed a little tikkun. Maybe the soul is on the third trip back, and it just needs a little bit of tikkun, and you just did a little tikkun. There's a lot of ways tikkunim happen.
You can't regress.
As I've suggested many times in the past, there's many souls, the only tikkun they need is to be in a secular body for its whole life, and to get its punishment, and then it's fine. And that could be many of the souls sitting in Thornhill now. It needs a tikkun.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Could be. It's taken.
Yeah. We have to assume it's not doing what
let Hashem worry about those details. He knows the complexities involved, and we don't. We only know the general ground rules. General ground rules. And okay, yes, okay. Let's start now. 2 paragraphs on the bottom on Samach Zayin. L'shemat tzarech she'adam ya'aseh sigufim tvilus kerach v'tanios ma tachas shel kol zeh. So what would be the need for a person to self-afflict himself, go into a mikvah of ice, fasting? What's the goal of all this stuff? What's the goal of the 3 weeks where we're cutting down on physical pleasures? What's the whole point of it? All it is to nullify the grasp that the body has over us and to reveal the neshama. That's all. That's the whole purpose of it. The less I'm focused on the body, the more I'm focused on the soul. That's a law of nature. It's a law of nature. So why in the 3 weeks? We're not going to weddings. We're not shaving. We're not we're not buying new clothes. What are all these things that we're not doing? These are all things that are focused on the body. Stop thinking about your body. Right? That's what it's all about. These 3 weeks are supposed to get us to open up our neshama. That's the whole purpose. Right? And now, ma yikra kishigalas neshama. What will happen if you can reveal the neshama? Hu yigala tivius chadasha. You will reveal a brand new nature that you have. That's the whole point of the 3 weeks. It's not to make you suffer. The whole point of 3 weeks is to give yourself a chance to realize you have a neshama. If you realize you have a neshama, then you're able to reach the goals of what life is all about. So instead of people belly aching and complaining about when the 3 weeks going to end already, I can't stand it already, and then next week, when mamish is terrible, you can't have your steaks anymore. No more barbecues in the summer. With smothering it with bullseye barbecue sauce, and you can't have that, and you can't drink your wine. You can't. What's going on over here? The answer is, remember why we're doing this. We're doing this so that your neshama has a chance to open up. So you can understand people who try to cut corners and are saying, well, I heard that there are leniencies that you can listen to recorded music, and I heard that there's leniencies for this and leniencies for that. And all. What are you saying when you're looking for leniencies? And we can listen up to rocked up and jazzed up a cappella music because it's not technically a musical instrument. What are you trying to say? You're trying to say, I still want my body to feel very important during these 3 weeks. The focus should be, we're trying to open up and find our neshama, and this is the method that is best appropriate. And that's why the month of Av is when this happens, because the month of Av means father. You're supposed to get close to your father. How are you get close to your father? Get away from all the other mishigashim of the world. Well, am I allowed to go to a baseball game in the 3 weeks because the music, So yes, technically, according to the letter of the law, since the music they play in between innings isn't the main reason you went to it, so technically, according to the letter of the law, you can go. Okay, but now we're talking about the spirit of the law. But is going to the baseball game the kind of thing that's going to open up your neshama? Is your neshama looking forward to seeing if the Blue Jays win or not? I'm not saying, saying if you should go or not. I'm just saying, is that the kind of thing, going to the Sky Dome, is that the kind of thing that's going to make you be aware of your neshama?
I'm confused. I'm about to Elul, and we're here in this period, we're mourning the destruction of Yerushalayim, the Beit HaMikdash.
Okay, but what are you mourning? What are you mourning? Are you mourning mortar and bricks? Is that what you're mourning? You're mourning that there's a disconnect between us and Hashem.
That's right.
And why is there a disconnect? Because we're not focused on our neshamas. We're focused on our bodies. How does anyone do an Aveira when they're more focused on their body and not focused on the neshama? If you're focused on your neshama, how would you ever do an Aveira?
Agreed.
Okay, so what's the real mourning? The real mourning is, remember, what's the biggest destruction of a building possible? Is when a Jew doesn't realize he has a neshama. Because that's the destruction of you. It's the destruction of you. The temple isn't anything more than the collective consciousness of all the Jews knowing that there's a Hashem in their lives. If every Jew knew there's a Hashem in their life, why would they have to destroy the Beit HaMikdash? Beit HaMikdash is destroyed because most Jews weren't aware that there's Hashem in their lives. How could that be? Because they weren't aware of the neshama that's inside of them.
It's interesting, if at the time we had a Beit HaMikdash and the Shekhinah was there, and we blew it. How are we supposed to get close when...
Okay, so we already answered. We answered that last Friday. We answered that last Friday in the Balatanya's class, because our souls are very low souls, and our low souls don't need a very much tikkun, and we can achieve that tikkun. Not that much is expected from us. What was expected in earlier generations was a higher expectation. Now Hashem expects very, very little compared to what was before. And that very little bit Hashem can expect. And if we just do that very little, Mashiach would come.
No, we're still failing. He will that little.
That's right. Even that very little. That's how. But that's coming back to what the main point I was saying is. So the shilas that get asked, it's like the whole nature of the shaila is you don't understand what the 3 weeks is all about. The 3 weeks is about let me find my neshama. So what are the things you have to... That's why when the 9 days begin, right, they bring down... The minute was people didn't go to work during the 9 days. Doesn't go to work during the 9 days. You close the store. This is very hard for us Canadians, right? What does it mean you don't go to work? You don't go to work. And what does it mean you go on vacation from work so you can spend your time davening and being in shul and being close to Hashem? Because Baruch Hashem, I've taken away that yoke of working for 9 days, so now I can really do tshuva. That's what they did. And people, it's the 9 days. You're here early in the morning, you stay in shul the whole day, learning, davening, doing tshuva. This is the time. This is the time where if you want to open up your neshama, you have a very good opportunity. You have a very good opportunity. So, but instead, people are looking for ways that they can continue to live with their bodies in a halachically acceptable manner, to avoid the spirit of the law and continue with the what do you call it, the law, the letter of the law. Yeah, you're right. If you have a medical condition and you don't feel well and this and that, of course you can whatever, take a shower or this, but it's not because you're trying to get out of it. People say, well, and then again, the rabbis have a very difficult job, because if they're going to throw the whole book at people are going to leave the religion in Gansen. It's very hard. They say, no, you can't take a shower. Really, you shouldn't be taking a shower. You shouldn't be taking a shower for 9 days. Finished. That's what it's supposed to be. But people, if I can't lose out my shower, I'm mamish dying. The mamish think they're dying. So, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, really. Think less of your body. It's a good thing. But they can't. So what are you going to do? You're going to force them to do things that they're going to hate, so you're going to get a totally opposite negative reaction. Okay, Nebuch, we're all delicate people. Go take a shower already. But are you really supposed to take showers? I'm not saying you're working in a coal mine and you come out like... I remember when I was 16 and I worked in a factory. I worked in a factory. It was so dirty. It was so filthy. Every day I came home from the factory, I took a shower for 5 minutes. Just dirt came off my body. Okay, that you could take a shower. Because, Mom, how many of you really dirt's coming off your body? Well, I smell maybe like... It doesn't smell with the Bounty Fresh smell anymore. It's just neutral. I have to take a shower. I'm not talking where you stink. I have to take it. What do you have to take a shower for? I have to cool down. What do you have to cool down for? Yeah, it is with air conditioning. I'm not saying you can't take a shower if you really have to take a shower, but it's like we're looking to take the showers. Because why? Because you're saying, I'm a body. So the 9 days are saying you're not a body, you're an neshama. Can you get that through your head? And why? It's restrictive. It's not restrictive. It's trying to give you freedom. Trying to give you freedom from that body. So that's what he's saying. And then the real you will come out. The real neshama will come out. And that's the most beautiful part of the person. And that's what the rabbis are trying to accomplish in the 9 days. That's why ultimately Mashiach is supposed to come during this period of time. Because that's when people can do tshuva as well. It says the Mashiach will be born on Tisha B'Av. These 3 weeks of sadness are going to be the 3 happiest weeks of our lives. If we would understand this. Nita and Mashal, let's give a Mashal. It's far away from the Nimshal, but still the Mashal will work with. Let's say there's a type of a food that the first time a person looked at it, he didn't like it. He didn't like the looks of it. He never tasted it, but he didn't like the looks of it. The presentation probably wasn't so good. So therefore he never decided to eat it. Whatever that food may be. Okay, someone said, would you like something? What does it do? It looks weird. I don't want it. Okay, fine. So for years he never ate it. He always had this thing against it. Okay. So finally, Baruch Hashem, he gets married. And now it's his first meal his new bride is going to give him. So she doesn't know what he likes. So guess what happens? So first thing she makes is the food that the guy never liked. They never tasted it. They never liked it. So the Kalef gives him machleis, I don't know what, whatever, fish. Guess the guy never liked fish. So he never ate fish. Gives him fried fish. So what's the guy going to do? Ma yaseh. Yomer shezeh lo ta'im. To say I don't like it? Not a good idea. Efshir. Okay, I got to eat it. Starts to eat it. Umagal, and it's revealed. Shebe'etzem zeh lo kol kach karui. It wasn't so bad. I always thought fish was terrible. I never gave fish a chance. It's like give cheese a chance, give fish a chance. Everyone, give them a chance. After a few spoonfuls, Horesha feels that, hey, it even tastes good. Former Lassi says, why do I never ate this? What do I have against this? It's mishigas. Whatever. I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't bother to taste it. Next page. So yesh davar shadam menasa. There are certain things that people try to like them. You try to like it. He breaks his nature. At the end, he succeeds to like it. There's certain things that a person reveals that the person never ever thought about that it was good. And suddenly when he feels it, he likes it. It happens. So Zerak Marshall, this is the analogy. Well, Nimshal, but the true to life reality of the analogy, Yoter Amuk, is much deeper. The truth is, we really all love Hashem. That's the real truth. We have a reverence for Hashem. We want to be close to Hashem. That's the reality. That yearning is only on our higher levels of aptitude. But the lower aspects of the person are sunk in material physicality, running after the basic physical pleasures of life. So you ask such a person, would you like to keep Shabbos? What would I want to keep Shabbos for? That's crazy. Did you ever try it? No. But a person would just remove himself from being overly involved in the physical. You know what he'll find out? Slowly, he will reveal the spiritual light. The spiritual soul that is buried inside of him. He wouldn't have to work so hard on coming to love Hashem or to be in awe of Him. It will come easy. Just like a body loves physical pleasures and is afraid of fire, so in the same way, a neshama loves Hashem and is very much afraid to go against Hashem. That's what your neshama really feels. The only thing we have to do is open up the neshama. If you opened up the neshama, it would be so easy. That's the trick. The
neshama is afraid of Hashem?
No, it's afraid to cross Hashem. It's afraid to hurt Hashem. It doesn't want to. Are you afraid to insult your wife?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it's not supposed to, because why should I hurt her?
Okay, same thing with Hashem. You afraid to be Mechal Shabbos? Yes. Why should I hurt him? Same thing. That's a good fear. That's a healthy fear. Naturally, every Jew would be afraid to do that. Every Jew would be afraid to do these things. But not if you don't feel your neshama, because that's not the real Jew you're feeling. You're feeling a body. You're not feeling the neshama. So the question becomes, Yishal Hashol in Kemadu of Esfer Mekdoshim Kosher Sheshna Avodah to love Esabrol Hashem. So why did the Holy Books write? It's a big job. It's a big avodah to love Hashem and to fear Him. Well, the answer is obvious. Hatshuvi Amukamot. Even though the answer is deep, but it's on the other hand simple. Yeshal Neshama. The person has a neshama. So how do you reveal it? Yeshem Harbe Drachim. There's many ways. Ha'akas. One of the ways to reveal the neshama. Here we go again. Through working hard in Torah and self-sacrifice. Remember, what's the beauty of self-sacrifice? Why does self-sacrifice work? Because what are you sacrificing?
Physical pleasure.
Your physical. Once you've sacrificed the physical, automatically the spiritual can kick in. automatically the spiritual will kick in. I'm going to self-sacrifice. I'm going to stop watching television. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Right? It's going to hurt. It hurts. It hurts the body. Hurts the body. So then the neshama will be able to be revealed.
Does that mean all these people in other religions who give up the physical world are so super spiritual?
Not necessarily, because they don't have a Jewish soul. They don't have a Jewish soul. So
if they give up all the things that we're talking about and more.
Some do. First of all, the vast majority don't.
Well, they prefer to.
They don't. Like all those nice priests, right?
Well,
who fooling around with the little boys. Fooling around with the little boys. Yeah, you don't go believe it. Go believe it. Go watch the Thornburgs. You'll find out.
The monastery.
Yeah, you wonder what's going on in the monastery. Come on. Come on. It's a nice dream. It's a nice dream. It's not normal. You see what? It's not like they're uncovering here and there in rare occurrences these priests were fooling around with kids. It's everywhere, man. We're gonna find out when Hashem plays some movies of what's going on with all those popes, man. You know what's gonna happen when the resurrection happens. Every pope is gonna get resurrected. Pope pious, pope non-pious, pope this, pope that. You're gonna find out how many ladies they were fooling around with. Oh. You're going to find out. They're going to show all the cover they give them. You're going to find how much they were doing this aver, that every aver in the book they were doing. Then they're going to be Megala what Christianity was. You'll see. You'll see. Mark my words. When Mashiach comes, we're resurrected. You'll say, Rabbi, you were right. Look at that Pope. Look what he did. Look what he did. He raped 50 million women. He would. What did all the holy popes do? Say, kill Jews. That's a very nice, peaceful thing. Why? Because we want to kill them. That's all. It's not normal. So they don't have a neshama kedosha to relate to this. It doesn't work. So one way to reveal the neshama is hard. That's what I said the last Shabbos afternoon. You work hard in Torah. You're engaged in the spiritual. You're not engaged in the physical. And again, it only works if you're learning the Torah for that purpose. Right? The second method to open up the neshama, do things that purify the body. Like going to the mikvah, fasting, nullifying the physical pleasures, and enabling the soul to be revealed. These are the things you got to do. And a third method is person works at loving and fearing Hashem. You do the various activities. The first step is, as Rav Miller always would say, go say once a day, with the most passionate way, say, I love you, Hashem. Just say it. And the more you do those kinds of things, that means you're doing activities to bring on love for Hashem. Why? Because you got to break through the physical barriers. Because the neshama already loves Hashem and fears Hashem. It already does. Once it's revealed, a little bit of love, a little bit of fear, one species finds the other. In other words, inside, deep down, you love Hashem. If the body says it too, now we have some compatibility. Because the neshama is God, that will reveal the neshama as well. So this is the hard part. This is the hard avoda. Closing your business down in the 9 days and going just learning the whole 9 days. You don't think you'd get siyata d'shma? You don't think Hashem would help you if you close your business down and say, I'm going to sit and learn and do tshuva and all these things for 9 days? You don't think Hashem's going to help you? You're going to daven to Hashem. Hashem, I'm getting away from work. Now's my vacation time. I'm not going to Disneyland to be with Mickey Mouse and all the Rishonim. What Mickey represents, if you remember from the beginning of the week, Mickey represents all. The mouse is so selfish. He's a Russia. So instead of living in the world of Mickey Mouse, I'm going to go to the base of Medrash and learn all day. I'm going to go there to Yisrael, spend 9 days, the 9 days there, where it's nice and hot. It's not very physically appealing.
People are going to Torah. They're going there.
Not the Torah. That's not going there. That's not what we want. It's not a time to tour in the 9 days. Unless you're only going to Kvarim and saying Tehillim. You go during after the 9 days, not during the 9 days. You're in the shul, you're in the Westmount Shul learning. That's let's be honest. If you want to open the neshama, what's the way to do it? Go spend 9 days. I'm going to go to yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael for 9 days after Tisha B'Av Al Tur. I'm going to go to any nice yeshiva without air conditioning. It's going to sweat. And it's okay because everybody sweats and everybody smells, and it's okay. In Eretz Yisrael, it's a different standard. Because they're not thinking about their bodies. They're just not thinking about their bodies. And they're going to spend that whole 9 days and saying Tehillim and fasting and this and that and all these things and asking Hashem to help me open up my neshama. And that's what that. And then you don't think Hashem won't help you? If you really want it, you're begging Hashem. You don't think He's going to help you? But on whose radar screen is that? That's the hard part. That's the hard part. But once it's open, that love and fear isn't coming from the hard effort you make. It's now coming from the neshama. And now here's the main point he's getting at. This is what Mesillat Yesharim said. The process of Chasidus and the concepts of fear and love and purity of heart, these are not the nature of the person. He didn't say the neshama, he said the person. Remember, a person is a body and a soul. The body and soul entity, where the body is the primary speaker at this point in time, so it's not natural to love and fear Hashem. Why? Because they're not in the physical body and not in the lower level of soul called the nefesh. It only is in the level of ruach and above. The service of person is to choose to want to open it up. Just like in physicality. When it comes to physical things, sleeping, getting up, being hungry, being satisfied, we don't have the free will choice to decide to open it up or not. They're opened up already. The only thing we can choose is to push it away. In other words, you naturally want to fresh, naturally want to have physical pleasures. The only thing you can do, you didn't choose it, it's there. You naturally want it. What you have to do is you have to say, I'm pushing them away. I'm weakening them. On the other hand, with spirituality, we have to work to reveal them. So there's two jobs going on here. We got to push down the body less. We're not saying to the point where you're going to die, chas v'shalom, but less. That's exactly what a diet accomplishes on certain levels. You go on a diet, no chocolate cake, no bread, no pastas, no pizza, all the good food. It's on a diet. You don't eat the good food, the tasty food. You have a food that's not so tasty. The truth of the matter is, an orange is very tasty, but it can't be after you've spent 50 years eating bubble gum and sugar and all that. You've dulled your senses. You don't even know how good an orange could taste anymore. But the truth is, if a little child was only trained to eat oranges, they would love oranges. It wouldn't be so hard to watch your weight if parents were careful with their kids when they grow up. We love our kids, we spoil them and destroy them. But here's a nice treat. Here's a nice fresh orange. Problem is, all the other kids go, "Ooh, you're eating oranges." But I'm just saying. But the point is, we're pushing down. You push that down. So now what's left? Now you have a chance to, and now you got to actively reveal the neshama. That is a hard avoda. Samach test. What can we compare this to? Let's say a person, God forbid, has a certain sickness, he has no appetite. You have it. So now what's the overall goal of the doctor for a person who has a sickness where he has no appetite? So the body has lost some kind of physiological balance. The heat has lost the desire. I have no appetite to eat. Could be from stress, could be from a number of things. So what do you got to do? You got to give them certain medications that will cause them to now once again have an appetite. But the goal isn't that he should always take medicine his whole life to have an appetite. We want the medications to kick in the desire to eat, and once that happens, we hope the body will go back to its old proper way to once again want to have an appetite. And once the appetite kicks in, it's there and it stays. I mean, that's the hope in all forms of medicine. You don't want the person always to have to rely on the medication. The person, God forbid, is put on a ventilator. It's because they're having trouble breathing right now, but you want to take him off the ventilator. You don't want to keep him on the ventilator forever. You can't. Okay, we'll keep him on for a couple of days. Hopefully his heart will get a little stronger and he'll be able to breathe on his own. And we want to get rid of the ventilator. Right? But what do you want to? Once he has a desire to eat, it goes back, right? So trufa normalis, he trufas manis. A normal medication is only a temporary medication. Lo trufa sharam chai itad yomos. It's not a medication he has to have for the rest of his life. A trufa rakboil rape samachlik sharam cholavo. The medication is there to cure the temporary sickness. And then the regular desire to live kicks in by itself. Say this with our thing. Once the neshama is revealed, we got our appetite for Hashem back. Consequently, a person will come to love Hashem and fear Hashem. From where? From the power of the neshama. The whole work is only to reveal the neshama. Okay, now the next two lines in the Mesillat Yesharim. After saying it doesn't come naturally to us, so what does the Mesillat Yesharim add? He says, there's no shortage of things that will, what's an English word for mafsid, cost to lose. What's a more sophisticated word for that? Mafsid, limitations. There's no shortage of things that are going to distance you from this ability to get close to Hashem. There's not a shortage of things that can take away the disabilities as well. Okay, after saying a person needs a lot of work to become a chassid, he's saying there's no shortage of things that are going to take you away from being a chassid. There's going to be obstacles. And there's also no shortage of things that can remove the obstacles, right? In other words, you got there's opportunities both ways. It's a hard job to be a chassid, and there's going to be a lot of things that are going to say don't do it, but there's a lot of things that will take away those things that say don't do it. We'll explain. Hamidas apnimis, these inner characteristics. Not only they're not naturally revealed inside of us. We don't have this natural desire to love Hashem. The human being in total doesn't have the natural desire. That's only half the problem. The additional problem there's many things that distance the man from Hashem. We start off not naturally close to Hashem, and there's a lot of things that want to push us even further away. They're distancing us Hashem externally and internally. As the Sfarim write, there's an external Yetzirah, there's an internal Yetzirah. The external Yetzirah is your friend saying, come on, let's have a good time. That's the external Yetzirah. It's the signs on the Zera road. That's the external Yetzirah. The internal Yetzirah is your own taivas that are inside you that want to be a bum. So why truly does a person by nature not feel this love that's found in the neshama? Again, you do divrei chovas halavos. This is well known. The words of the chovas halavos is one of his great analogies. The love of Hashem and the love of this world are like two rival wives. The person is married to two wives. One wife is called this world. Casino-rama is wife number one. The second one is the yeshiva, is wife number two. What do we know about if man has two wives? One thing's for sure, there's no peace. Why? He says, "Kishem she'esh umayim ein mishochim b'chliachet." Just like fire and water can't be in one place. Kash shtei ha'avas halol. These two loves ein yuchos l'shochem b'chliachet. They can't dwell in one place too. If you make one wife happy, the degree that you make one wife happy, the other wife's upset. That's why we don't recommend two wives anymore. You can't. It's one against the other. So it's the same thing in this world. Avos Olam, I said, the love of this world, and the Mitzvos world that we find, it's external and internal. You really love this world. It's part of the nature of the lowest level of the nefesh. The person has a love for this world. So like ones meet each other and like each other. The nefesh, the lowest part of the person, and the body likes this world. And here's this world. Oh, I like this world. The spirit, we live in a world where the spiritual is very small compared to our relative connection to the physical. Since a person confronts physicality all day long, it causes him to love the physicality. So that outward Yetzirah, the seductions of the physical world, arouses the inner Yetzirah, drawing into this world. Therefore, the person's soul is hidden. That's the problem. So we're not saying that you can't live in this world. Don't make a mistake. So the Chazal Love is saying you shouldn't have any food? No, he just says one thing: don't love this world. That's no thing. Love Hashem. Love the neshama. Love that's your love. Right? So now that you love this Hashem, now you'll use this world to further love Hashem. But don't love this world. There's no mitzvah to love this world. You can appreciate this world. This world can be a tool to me to love Hashem more. But it's not my wife. If we understand this world is not our wife, then we'll be happy. Next week he's got phenomenal things about midos. That's going to be the natural outgrowth of this.